Hello and welcome to Connolly Outdoors. Liam and I are out in our first hot tent fall/winter camp of the season. So it's not quite winter yet, but it is going to be getting cold where we are. And we're super excited to be out in our hot tent, and we're going to be using a hot stove. I also brought a buddy heater just as something to keep us warm through the night, because it's expected to go down to about -2, which isn't too cold, but still we're not accustomed to this yet because this is our first one of the season. So we got to get our bodies used to being out in this Canadian cold. So anyways, we are going to get this tent set up, and then we are going to do the usual stuff, get our beds set up and get everything ready to go. And then we're going to take a break, and I'll be back with you guys very, very soon. So this is the mat that was given to me for hot tent camping by my son-in-law, Will. Very cool polar bear design. We have a little hole over here in the corner. That was from one of our very first camps actually in the winter using this, and we dropped something hot on the mat. So we learned our lesson. You cannot put anything hot on this mat, but this is a fantastic mat that we use in the hot tent. It's our floor, basically. All right, so we have successfully laid down and set up the hot tent. We're just we got 2 doors. It's a fire hiking hot tent. You guys have seen this in the past if you've watched me before, but this is the first time, like I said, we're using it this year. But it's got quite a bit of space. Let me take you inside. It's got a fair bit of space in here. There's the stove jack. The stove is going to go right there in a few minutes. We're literally going to set that stove up because the temperature has dropped. We were just talking about how the temperature has dropped quite a bit here in the last half an hour. So anyways, this is the 2 doors, you can see, and that's where the stove is going to go. And now we are going to start bringing our stuff in here and getting this thing set up. Well, we've had some guests. We got some Connolly Outdoor fans that came by. This is Joe, this is Riley, and Cole. Riley and Cole. So they have some gifts for us here today. That's really amazing. These guys, Joe contacted me, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yeah. And Joe just said that he was going to be at Turkey Point, and he noticed that I posted on one of the Ontario campsites that I was going to be at Turkey Point this weekend. Coincidentally, these guys, who are our biggest fans, for sure, they are also here at Turkey Point. So we arranged to meet up. So here they are, and they got some gifts for us. So let's take a look here. Thank you very much. Connolly Outdoors.
You know how much you guys like gifts, random gifts.
Says, thank you for letting Cole and me to your video today, from Riley. Oh man, and a beautiful camp drawing. So that is really amazing. Just fantastic. Thanks so much, guys. I can't believe it.
Yeah. All right, let's check it out.
Well, let me just see what I got here. Oh.
You want to explain what it is, Riley?
Yeah.
This is the fire.
Oh.
And that's the
Is it? Am I holding it right?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the hot tent.
Oh wow.
That's the moon. That's the stars.
Wow, that's amazing. So we've got the fire, hot tent, and stars. That's really amazing. Arts and crafts. And there's a surprise gift in here too, a leaf. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's very thoughtful. I can't believe it. Go ahead, Liam.
All right. Here's my drawing. Members, such as myself and this guy. Liam, the little present because we are going to be in your video. You are the best.
There's something in there. Yep. Oh, there it is, Liam. You missed
Did I
it.
drop it?
It's in here. There you go. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, go ahead. Explain what it is. Wow, that's
Fire's the best
awesome.
part of every camp.
Go show that to the camera. That's really awesome. And here's your
Moon, the stars, fire. The ultimate camping scene.
and there's the card. The ultimate camping scene. That's right. That's fantastic. Thanks very
thank you
much,
so much,
guys.
guys.
Here you go, Liam.
No problem.
Put your stuff in there. Yeah. Where you guys camped over on the other side?
So we're on 127. Whippoorwill.
Oh yeah. Okay, we drove past that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You guys like to hot tent camp, or have you ever hot tent camped?
Never
Or
know.
no, have you done it?
No.
You haven't done it either.
No.
Wow. We're gonna have you come out as a special guest for it with us.
Mhm.
You know, if you can handle the cold,
Yes.
because it's the cold is a big issue. Do you guys ever watch Outdoor Boys?
No. So we watched Steve Wallace a fair bit.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
how-
he's my-
Wallace. I really
He's my
started.
best. Yeah, Steve
Yeah.
Wallace.
That's
Yeah.
kind of how I stumbled upon you, because I was watching the one time and it suggested you. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I saw you guys and being local, right? I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Steve's what got us into it.
Oh yeah, Steve's the main reason.
He always watched Steve, and then as I got a bit older, got interested in camping as well.
And then he started a channel, and then what happened was I snuck up on him and surprised him at a camp. And that was the first time, and I just decided to film it. And then I thought, I actually enjoyed it. It was fun, you know? And I
for
got
us, it was a
some,
weird experience too, right? Because you're trying to act natural at the same
yeah,
time. but-
yeah.
My name's Riley. I'm 9 years old. I like camping because the leaves fall.
All right, Cole, your turn.
My name is Cole, and I am 6, basically turning 7, and I like camping because it's fun.
And my name is Joe. I'm 38 years old, and I like camping because it's fun and because it's great family time with friends and out in nature and out in the outdoors with Connolly Outdoors.
All right, guys, take a look at the tent. You've never been in a big tent like this, almost like a teepee, eh? So you see there's 2 entrances here, guys. You can come in this way or the front.
Yeah,
Either
lots
or.
of tripping hazards.
Yeah, you got to watch out for the tripping hazards. One thing about when you have a stove, you got to be really, really cautious of the stove because it's super hot. It gets up over 400 degrees, and it's warm in the tent. It gets really warm in here. And this pipe, I mean, you got to set it up so that you can't, I mean, I can touch it with those gloves. Those are special kind of gloves. But generally speaking, we stay away from the pipe for the most part. And we got it set. We're really happy actually with the way it's sitting in here right now, because it's really important the way you line it up. And then we guy line it out with these so that it doesn't, in case it gets windy, it doesn't blow over, because that could be a tent disaster. All right, so Liam's going to put some smaller pieces of wood on there. We're going to get this fire going. And we decided we're gonna do this fire, but we're not gonna cook on it. We're gonna cook on the stove in the tent. But we still wanted to have a fire and sit outside tonight because it's one of the luxuries of fall camping is it's not too cold where you can't camp outside and stay outside, you know, even when it gets a little chilly at night. In the wintertime, we're in the tent, but in the fall, we definitely like to be outside as much as we can. All right, well, that fire is now going well for us, so we're really thrilled because it is starting to get chilly out here now. That's for you, one for you and your wife.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate you guys dropping by. We just spent a good hour and a half with some Connolly Outdoor fans that contacted us and wanted to meet us, and I gave them some stickers and some Connolly Outdoors stickers. We really had a great time with them. Lovely family, excellent people, and this is the beauty of the camping community. You know, you really meet some wonderful people when you're out here camping, and I can't say enough good things about those two little boys, lovely little boys, and we really enjoyed meeting them and spending some time with them and showing them around the tent and showing them our setup, and it was really cool. They were really helpful starting the fire with Liam and stuff, and it was great. The other thing I forgot to mention earlier was this is our Halloween camp. So Liam and I are going to probably carve this pumpkin here, if you can see it. Got a nice pumpkin here. We're going to carve this up shortly, and we'll see if our evening goes well. And we're going to have a spooky little Halloween themed camp tonight. So we got our fire going. We're going to warm up a little bit, and then we're going to get this fire going in here. Move the chair out of the way. I got the hot stove ready to go, and we're going to get this started up soon because we want to eat. We're definitely getting hungry, so we're going to be cooking up some amazing steaks tonight. So just want to show you guys the setup in here. We got to tidy up a little bit because we're still, you know, it's a little cluttered. But this is the sleeping arrangements. There's Liam's, there's mine, and like I said, just going to tidy up a little bit here. We got the buddy heater over here just in case we need it. If it gets really cold through the night, I can turn that buddy heater on because it's hard to manage a stove all night. I mean, it goes out pretty quickly. Even with damper control and airflow and all that, it still goes out pretty quickly. So we got this buddy heater here if it goes down, because it's supposed to get down to -2 or something like that. So we will see. Anyways, we're going to continue with getting this fire over here going, and then we will be back very soon. Excellent. All right, so Liam is feeding this fire so that we can get it hot and start cooking our steaks. We got steaks on the menu, potatoes, corn, dessert. We've got a fantastic meal planned. Some of the best meals we ever eat are when we're out camping, no doubt about that. Still needs to catch a little bit more. It's not quite hot exactly as I want it, but it's definitely moving along. Just trying to spread the flames out. There we go. That's better, actually. Put a bigger piece in. Don't burn myself. That's the key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 ribeye steaks. I got a couple of beauties here. 2 ribeye steaks. And I'm going to put them right here in this pan. with some sauce. I have some 20-minute marinade here. So I'm just going to put this marinade in here with this and marinate the steaks and then get them cooking. It's going to be awesome. If I can get this marinade open, there we go. I also got some little potatoes here and I got some corn. So that is going to be our excellent meal. Really looking forward to these steaks. It's getting later now. It's going to be dark soon. The sun is starting to go down. And we want to eat so that we can sit outside and enjoy the fire. Liam's just cutting wood right now and putting it on the fire. So, yeah, this marinade, oh yeah. So this is a steak. It's Diana Marinade Steak Spice. That's what I'm using tonight. And we're going to let these sit in here for just a little bit. Marinate these up. There we go. Flip this one. All right, so I'm going to let that sit there for just a little bit, and then we're going to get these steaks on the grill. All right, so we are going to get those steaks going. Now, I learned my lesson. Remember how I mentioned earlier in the video about how there was a square burned out? In here, it was from putting this down. The bottom of this fan was the square shape that burned the hole in this polar bear tent bottom. All right, so we are going to put that on there and hopefully it cooks up really nice. I just got to get a fork. That is one thing I need to be able to flip that eventually. Yes, the infamous extension fork.
Stop that.
Liam always monkeys around with me with this fork. It's my turn. Uh-oh.
Oh. You kind of knew what I was going to do there.
Oh, poke me.
There we go.
Really? Oh. Luckily, the steak wasn't there. Imagine if the steak was there and my hat landed in the marinade. Yeah, that would have been really funny, Liam. Give me that.
Hot flavored steak. A little bit Canadiana.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to cook these steaks up. Then we're going to throw, I got the corn in this pot here with some water. We're going to put the potatoes and corn on right after we cook up the steak. We're probably going to start eating the steak ASAP and then eat this afterwards because there's just not enough space on the stove to cook everything all at the same time. So we'll do what we can anyways. Liam, you're going to need a plate unless you want to eat out of the pan.
The pan's going to be hot. So no,
True.
I don't have a plate.
Okay. I just realized that. And I don't think I brought any paper plates. So you can eat out of this frying pan here.
I'll eat out of the pan.
There you go. Always come up with new ideas when one fails. Right? Always coming up with something. All right.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Liam.
Happy Halloween.
So Liam and I actually like our steaks cooked a little above medium. So we don't like them too rare. Like I've seen some guys, people that just put the steak on the grill. It's on there for a minute, turned it over the other side. Oh, good to eat. That's a little bit too low cooking for us. We like a little bit more. So I'm actually going to flip this now. Oh yeah, it's starting to look good. But whoa, I'm almost losing it. There we go. All right, well, we just put some more wood in here, and fire is going. I just gotta, oh, I opened it wide open. Okay, yeah, everything's open. I'm just trying to get some more air in there. Yeah, just shove things around a little bit, get some air in there. This fire needs to get going. Okay. All right, so it looks like the steaks are ready to go. We are going to take these and eat them and put the other things on. So I'm just going to put this over here for a moment. We're going to put, the potatoes are going to take a little longer than the corn, we suspect. So we're going to throw these potatoes on here to warm up. And Liam and I are going to eat these delicious looking steaks. All right, so I'm going to put my steak on this steak board here, steak cutter, whatever you want to call it. Cutting board, yeah, that's it. There we go. I'm going to eat mine right off this board here and show you guys the steak. The potatoes are cooking up. That is a beauty. All right, so the meal is complete. We're just waiting for the corn, but the potatoes and steak look amazing. And we are going to give this a try. It looks amazing. So I'm really looking forward to eating this meal. Let's give this a try, Liam. I've been waiting for this. Oh yeah, cooked beautifully. Like I said earlier, I don't really like it red. Neither does Liam. So for us, that's the perfect cook. This fork is a little difficult. Potatoes are perfect. We decided to eat outside because hot tents, once the hot tent season starts, you're usually in the hot tent, not outside much. So it's nice for us to, temperature's dropping. It's about 9 degrees right now, but it's still manageable for us to eat outside. All right, so we're going to eat this. I'm going to go grab the corn as well in a minute. Yep. We're going to eat this and we'll get back to you with our dessert. All right, so I added the corn to this and we're having the steak, corn, and the potatoes. Corn is cooked beautifully too. Well, that meal was amazing. Liam and I were just saying about how the steak tasted different cooking in a pan on the stove than what I normally do barbecuing it, but it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. And now we're going to have some key lime pie. I'm just hoping it's not frozen because it was frozen. Let's see. Nope. Perfect. Wow. Excellent. I love key lime pie. This is great. I want to thank everyone that's subscribed to the channel recently. Of course, I want to thank our biggest fans, Joe and his boys. Really awesome. We were so shocked when I got contacted by Joe saying, oh, are you going to be at Turkey Point? Well, yeah, we're going to be at Turkey Point. And well, we're going to be at Turkey Point. Can we come and meet you guys? Absolutely. It was a thrilling experience for Liam and I as well, not just for them meeting us, but us meeting them. It was really great. When you see people like that, it's just, it makes this all worth it for us. It really does. So cheers to Joe and the boys. And we're having a great night here so far. We are going to get things started for Halloween soon though, because it's starting to get dark. And this is a Halloween themed camp. So we are going to get started with our Halloween stuff soon. All right, guys. Well, Halloween special, we got a guest, Mr. Bonesy 2. Now, the reason he's called Mr. Bonesy 2 is because there was a Mr. Bonesy. Now, I can't remember what happened to Mr. Bonesy. I think one day he just up and left and said he'd had enough of this Connolly Outdoors camping stuff. But now we got Mr. Bonesy 2 joining us. Today is just full of special guests on this camp. It's been amazing. So the temperature, Mr. Bonesy, I think is cold. He looks chilly because the temperature is really dropping dramatically here. Unfortunately, our outdoor fire pit is kind of dying on us, and that's okay though. We enjoyed the fire while it was going, but we're going in the tent because it is really cooling off, and we don't want to freeze. So we're definitely going to be heading into that tent because Mr. Bonesy here, I don't know exactly what he's going to do. He needs a sweater or something. I'll get him a Connolly Outdoors t-shirt, maybe a sweatshirt. That'd be a good idea. Warm the guy up. He looks a little chilly. High five. All right, well, Liam and I have been having some fun with this skeleton. Unfortunately, we did not get a chance to carve the pumpkin. I'm so sorry we didn't get a chance. We just eating, cooking, setting up, guests, skeletons, terrifying events happening around us. Well, just people making noise over here, a couple campsites over. But we just didn't get a chance to carve this, and it's just too dark now, and it's hard to carve in the tent. So I don't know, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys, since it's Halloween themed camp, I wanted to tell you about a story about something that actually happened to me and my family. Not me, but my daughter. My daughter Emma, who you've seen in previous videos. She's only been in a couple of videos, but you've seen her before. And she's 13. But when she was younger, she would always talk about people that she would see in our house that technically didn't belong there. And she knew they were spirits. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I don't believe in ghosts. Don't really believe in spirits. So this story I'm telling you is, even though I'm telling you this story, it's from a skeptic. And I'm not saying my daughter was making this up. She definitely is not that kind of a person that she makes things up for attention or drama, or she's not that typical, girl that tries to draw attention to herself, or boy or girl that tries to draw attention. But she would just tell us, hey, did you see that man that was standing on the stairs? No. Oh, and then she would say he's wearing, old fashioned clothes and just bizarre things. She drew a picture one time of this little girl that she would see all the time. Now, I would ask her, do these people speak to you? And she said, no, they don't speak to her. They just there. She sees them. And I said, do they see you? And she said that she thinks that they do see her, but they don't speak to her. So anyways, I'll show you guys a picture of the little girl that she drew, because I said, what does this little girl look like? And my daughter's actually a pretty decent drawer, and I think she was only about 7 or 8 at the time. So this is, 5 or 6 years ago. And so she drew the picture. So I'll let you guys check that out. Now, one thing that happened that was really strange, like I said, I never saw anything, I never heard anything. I mean, how does this things go? Things happen in your house. You hear bangs, you hear noises and stuff like that. And it's just, normal stuff that usually happens inside of a house. Even though you're alone and you suddenly hear a bang upstairs, you're like wondering what it is, but something fell, the heat came on, and the heat sometimes makes noise when it comes on when in the winter. Anyways, we were getting a pool installed, and they were digging up the backyard. And the day before the dig, my daughter said to me, oh, I had a dream last night that there was a barn, a dark brown or black colored barn in our backyard. And when they came and dug up the backyard, they found brown and black boards. And one of the guys said, "Oh, this is old boards that they used to make barns with." And I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe it because I remembered her telling us about this barn dream. And I remember asking her, like, "Well, you know, what happened in this dream? You just saw a barn and that was it?" And she said, yes, she just saw a barn, but she did say that she could feel that there were people associated to the barn. So people used to live where we live, but maybe, 100 years ago or something. So we didn't know this. And so this whole thing with the barnwood and her telling us about her dream, I mean, just a very bizarre, strange coincidence that I absolutely have no explanation for. And true story, because I mean, I saw the boards. My son, my wife, everybody saw the boards. And Emma said, "That's the boards. Though that's the barn. That's the barn that I saw in my dream." So again, I can't explain how that happened, but she said that she believes that the man, the little girl, and a woman that she would see wandering around our house. I'm actually getting chills, but I think it's because it's freezing cold out here. She said that she would see a man, a woman, and this child wandering around our house, and only she could see them. I never saw anybody, neither did my son, my daughter, any of my other kids. Nobody saw anything, just Emma. And she believes that this family who were dressed old-fashioned, as she said, they were the people that potentially lived here previously and may have died on the property. We don't know. We don't know. We just know about the barn existing 100% for sure, that there was a barn on the property years and years ago. That's a fact. Now, we discovered that the reason that the barn wood was black was because Emma had said that the barn burned down. So maybe that explains what happened, that these people died in a fire and they now haunt our home and our property. And this barn was, of course, destroyed in the fire that took place. Now, we don't have any actual historical documents to prove this. It's just my daughter saying that when she saw the wood, it was burnt, it was black, and she said it's that color because of a fire. So, you know, pretty interesting stuff, really. And like I said, she's not one to make stuff up. Whether or not the house is haunted by the people that used to own that barn and potentially live in a house that was on our property, I don't know. It's like the Twilight Zone. Now, what's also interesting is as she got older, she would see them all the time. She never got scared because I would say to her, "Well, what do you do when you see these people? Are you scared?" She said, "No, I'm not scared of them. They're not scared of me. It's just, it's almost like we just have this understanding between us." And I found that really bizarre that she never got scared. And she loves horror movies too, this girl. So it's, kind of bizarre. But, anyways, she, as she got older, stopped seeing them. So she doesn't see them anymore. So when she turned around 11, 12-ish, she stopped seeing them, and she has not seen or heard anything from them since she was 11 or 12. So I think it's a little kid thing, that little kids potentially can see things that us as unbelieving adults can't see. I don't know. Anyways, that's my story for Halloween. It is very warm in here. It's fluctuating between 17 and 21, depending on how much wood we put in this. But it's cool outside, so we're really enjoying ourselves in the tent. Like I said, I was watching the hockey game, just taking a break from it for a second, but just wanted to give you guys a quick update and show you my Connolly Outdoors shirt, which you can get if you are interested in ordering one. A lot of fun. Liam and I are having a great time tonight. Strange noises, even though I know, it's Halloween and whatever, but we keep hearing people yelling and strange noises, but they're quite far away from us, which is good. But it's hopefully going to be a quieter night as the evening rolls on. But right now, Liam and I are just keeping it real here and just enjoying ourselves immensely. All right, so I have this temperature gun here, and just wanted to see how warm it is in here and different things. So let's see how warm the stove is first of all. Jumping around 192. It's 192 degrees Celsius. The stove is. Let's see what the pipe is. 115.8, 115.8. So it's pretty warm in here. In terms of temperature up high, it's 28.1 pointing up at the top of the tent. That's pretty warm. Let's see what it's like down low here. I can feel the difference. I can feel the cold air here and hot air up here. Wow, what a difference. Let's see what it is down here. Actually, not too bad. Even at the bottom of the tent, it's 18.3 degrees Celsius. That's actually a lot warmer than I thought it would be. So basically the average, let me see if I can sort of find middle ground here as well. In the middle, okay, 25.5. So it's pretty warm in here. It's really hot up there. Still hot here. And then even as it goes down to the bottom, it's still 18 degrees. So overall, this tent is holding the heat and the stove is doing its job. Now, Liam and I were just talking about the fact that we don't have a lot of wood left. We overdid the wood on the campfire, and we underestimated how fast this stove goes through the wood. And it is our first time out this year, and we kind of forgot about how fast the stove burns. So, as a result, we are going to run the buddy heater tonight because it is chilly outside. It's about 2 or 3 degrees out there right now, and I think it's going to drop down below zero, so it's chilly. So we're going to run the buddy heater on low, and then in the morning, instead of starting up the stove like I normally would, I'm going to turn it up to high so that it heats up in here nicely so we're comfortable in the morning. And then after that, when we actually get up and get moving and stuff, I'm going to put the remainder of the wood, of course, in the stove so that I can cook on it. So that way I can still make breakfast and we can still get some heat off the stove, but we're doing it in a conservative way. So I'm really glad that I brought that buddy heater. Excellent. I have to conserve this wood because we do not have a lot left. This is it. This little pile here that you can see. This is it. And I'm going to turn the buddy heater on. The stove is still pretty hot. We did just put the last pieces of wood we're going to use. This, everything that's here now, we're going to conserve tomorrow so that we can cook with it. But anyways, I'm going to turn this buddy heater on. I closed the tent door and I just remembered I have to turn the propane on. So give me a second. All right, so let's turn this buddy heater on. There we go. There's a flame. And it should be starting up. There it is. Excellent. So I'm just going to put it on low. Pretty much for the night, unless we really need it up high, but I don't think we will. Maybe in the morning, but definitely not right now. After this dies out, this thing's taken over. So Hopefully low is going to be enough, but I think it'll be fine. It actually gives off quite a bit of heat, the buddy heater. Liam and I are ready to hit the sack. It's about 9:45, 9:50-ish. And unfortunately, there's people 2 sites over. They're quite far away from us. They're really loud. And we're hoping that they settle down. We've been hearing them all evening in here. We're just hoping that they don't carry on into the wee hours, because we like to go to bed fairly early around here. So it's nice and warm in here. We have the buddy heater set up on low. Stove is still going, but it's going to burn out in the next, hour or so. And we're hoping that we get enough heat off that buddy heater for the night. But anyways, hopefully everything goes well tonight, and then we get some sleep and it's quiet. And I'll see you guys in the morning. See ya. Good morning. It is about 7:45, 7:50, and temperature in here is 16 degrees with the buddy heater on high. I put it on high around 4:45 in the morning. It was on low all night, and it's 0 degrees outside Celsius. So that's what we're dealing with. It's chilly outside, but it's not too bad. It was cold in here overnight. It definitely was, with the buddy heater on low and no stove. But sleeping bag and everything kept us warm, so we were comfortable. Buddy heater has, since we turned it up to high, has been really, really warm in the tent up. 16 degrees, and that's at the low, like low to the ground. I'm sure up high it's probably over 20. So anyways, I have my coffee cup here. Where did I put it? Oh yes, it's right over here. I'm going to put it on the buddy heater. I got that little tray, and I'm going to do up a coffee on the buddy heater because I'm conserving wood, as I mentioned yesterday, for the stove. I'm going to make sure that I use the stove to cook breakfast, but I really, really want to have a coffee right now, so buddy heater it is. My cup is moving quite a bit on the buddy heater with the water in it. I guess the heat is generating movement because the cup's not flat. There's 2 little hooks there that keep the fan hooked in, and it's sitting on one of the hooks, so it's slightly off balance and creating a little bit of movement. Well, while that is boiling, it's going to take a little while. It's warming up. There's no doubt about that. It's just going to take a little while to get really hot. So let's go outside, see what it's like outside for a moment. It's cold. Big difference between in the tent, which is about 15 degrees, and out here, which is 0. It's not frosty though. I was expecting more frost out here today, but there's no frost. But it is a nice morning. Luckily, those people over there, I don't know if you can see, let's see. Yeah, see their tent over there. You can see the roof of a vehicle. They're 2 spots over. They settled down, thankfully. They settled down around 10ish. So no noise last night. I was really happy. I was concerned that they were going to be up all night, but 10 o'clock they shut it down. So really happy. So you can tell we're in a very forested area here. Deciduous trees galore. Beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. The sky is clear. I'm gonna have my coffee and then I'm gonna get that stove going and make some breakfast shortly. It's a really great spot we got here. Love all the leaves, trees, just beautiful. Fire's completely dead, of course, as I expected. It's quite moist out here in the air. It's wet, and the inside of the tent was wet from condensation, but it's damp outside here as well. So anyways, it's cold out here. Let's get back in and finish making that coffee. All right, so I think we're almost ready here. I'm just gonna give it a quick check, but it takes a long time to heat up on the buddy heater. And yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, it's not, boiling yet, but it's pretty darn close, and I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna take that off, and I'm gonna start the stove up, actually. Yeah, oh yeah, it's steaming. It's good. It's good. So I'm gonna start the stove up because I'm gonna make some breakfast, but I'm gonna have this coffee first. Got my milk here. Have my coffee, and then, well, at least I'm gonna get this started, and then I'm gonna get the stove going. There we go. All right, so now I am going to make some, well, get the stove started and then make breakfast. I'm also going to shut the buddy heater off once I get this going, because otherwise it's too much heat. Just use that to push that in there. Some wood in there. All right. That should be good to get it started. Oh yeah. So we'll let that start up, and then as soon as we get a good amount of heat going, we're going to start cooking. Put this up. Put that up. Put some air in there. There we go. All right. This is starting to go nice now. So I'm going to put some actual wood in here. It's going there really nice with the small pieces. Let's get a larger piece in there. Get this heat started. We're having French toast for breakfast, which is toast with eggs, milk, and mixed up. And then the bread goes into the batter of eggs and milk, and then we fry it up in a pan for those of you that didn't know what French toast was. Stop that. Turning off the buddy heater. There we go. Turning off the buddy heater. I don't think we need that anymore if we got the stove going. All right, so now we're going to make up the eggs and milk. So I'm going to put the bread in here and then transfer it over to that pan. I think I can only fit 2 in there at a time by the looks of things. Oh, rough. Oh. It is what it is. It'll be fine. Okay, I'm just going to put that over there for a second. All right, I'm just cooking the second batch and then we're going to eat. Had to reheat my coffee. I was so busy doing this, I have to reheat it up a little bit. Well, let's see how this concoction is. I don't know why. I always struggle with the breakfast a little bit. The dinner's amazing. Breakfast, not so much. Let's see. It's fine. Oh, doesn't look pretty, but it tastes fine. A little bit of steak spice in there. That's okay. Well, that actually was pretty good. Like I said, it didn't look pretty, but it was tasty. I really enjoyed it. And I put the 2 for Liam back in the pan because he's fallen back to sleep. So I'm just having my coffee. Just wanted to show you guys. I opened the tent door while I was cooking because it was so hot. But look at this. 0 outside, 8 in here. Temperature drops dramatically when you open that door. Now I've closed it back up, but left a little space because it just gets too hot in here. This stove is, it's quite powerful. It's a little stove and it gives off a lot of heat. So I don't like being too hot. I prefer to be cool over being too hot. So Liam's the opposite. He likes to be warm. So he's got himself bundled up in his sleeping bag right now and having a snooze again. He can sleep anywhere. It's unbelievable. So I'm just going to chill out in here for a little bit. And then I'm going to go outside very shortly. Our plan today is just hang around the camp for a little bit. And then, of course, as all camps come to an end, we have to pack up. After we pack up, we're going to go and say goodbye to Riley, Cole, and Joe, our 3 amazing fan visitors that were here yesterday. And then we're going to go to Turkey Point Beach and just hang out on that beach for a little bit. We'll probably be the only crazy people hanging out on a beach at the end of October, but that's how we roll. So I'll catch up to you guys shortly. Well, Bonesy and I made it outside. It is cold out here. What a contrast between the tent and out here. It's so hot in the tent that I was sweating. And it's cold out here that you can see my breath. And it's chilly out here. But I needed a break from the tent just to get out of there and get some fresh air. And the heat is too much. Liam likes it hot. I like it cool. That can be a little bit difficult at times. But still, it is chilly out here. I don't particularly like it this cool. But it's fresh. It's not, freezing cold. It's still 0. But it's going to be rising up. I think it's going to go up to about 11 today, which is a beautiful day as far as I'm concerned. 11 is great temperature. So we are just going to relax for a little bit, and I'm going to get that boy up because he's got some teardown to do very, very shortly. So we're going to get rolling on that soon. Well, Liam and I are almost done tearing down. We've got everything out of the tent. We just got to tear the tent down, take the stakes out for the mat, and then load the truck. But we're almost completed. So Liam and I don't like to see an empty hot tent. It's always sad. But it is what it is, and now it's time for us to finish packing up. Well, we are all packed up, and as you can see behind me here, that's where the tent used to be, and it is down and away. Truck's all packed. We are going to go and see Riley, Cole, and Dad Joe, and we are going to then go to the beach after that. So all right, so I am here with Cole and with Riley, and we dropped by to say goodbye to them, and they are our biggest fans, so we definitely wanted to come and say goodbye to them. They gave us some soup, and now Liam and I are going to go to the beach and hang out there, but we wanted to come by and say goodbye to these guys. What do you want to say, guys? You want to say anything? Subscribe, comment, and subscribe. I like this guy. Smart guy. Comment and subscribe. That's right. Listen to Cole. Okay, thanks very much. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Turkey Point Beach. Well, here we are at the Turkey Point Beach, and it's like we are the only two here, and a bunch of geese. There are geese down here. Quite a few, actually. And then there's just us hanging out here, so it's really beautiful. It's actually a really beautiful day, and it's quite warm. I'm going to take my sweater off. All right, well, as all good camps must come to an end, this one has also come to an end. We're just finishing up the beach here. I want to thank Joe. I want to thank Luke, Riley, and Cole. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for the gifts and for the time that we spent together and the soup and everything. And Liam and I are now, this is the start of the winter hot tent season, so Liam and I will be out. We got lots of upcoming winter camping that we're going to be out and doing. So thanks again, guys. As always, you know what to do. Keep camping. See ya.